morning, everyone. Happy Monday, September 19th. So excited to be here with you to share today's 3-card pull. So please remember that here's how it goes. Your first card is always about you and the message that you need to hear. The second card is always about how you can help lift someone else up. Because in this world, we cannot raise our vibration if we're not helping someone else raise theirs. And then finally, the third card is the thing that you need to watch out for or remember. Okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about the cards. So the first card for today, let's see if I can pull this without knocking over my little station. There we go. The first card for today is Find. And Find, there we go. Find has a beautiful blue waterway. It's green and go, and it's an earth, okay? So Find is all about you have been missing something. You didn't even realize you were missing it, honestly. And so when you figure out that what it is, like when it surfaces, like seriously, you didn't even know you were missing it. And so today it's going to show up in your life and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I missed this. I missed this so much. How do I get this back in my life? Okay. So today something is going to resurface that's supposed to be a priority in your life. All right, let's pull the second card. So the second card, I'm trying to come up with some ways here to display things. It's not working. The second card is Fuel. And remember, this is the card that someone else needs, not necessarily you, although sometimes it's you, but it's probably someone else. So someone else in your path, whether it's a stranger or a friend or a loved one, their soul needs some nourishment. Like they're kind of withering. At one point they were great, and you've noticed lately that they're just not themselves. Help this friend. So it's a dirt road. It's about the journey. It's air, so they're a little in their head. But whatever it is, they need to stop, and they need to figure out how to nourish that soul because their soul needs it. Okay. All right. The last card, remember, is the one about watch out for, or what do I need to remember? And it's funny because this one, when it first came up, I was like, I hate this card. It's so boring. But it actually was a really important message. So I'm glad that I just kind of went with it. So this one is Very. And Very tends to come up at like really weird times in readings for me. So it's a yellow highway. So that means once whatever it is figured out, it's going to move quickly. It's a yield sign, so you're supposed to stop and think. And it's a fire, so it's about passion. Here's the thing about Very is it doesn't really have a message. It's usually tied with other things. But the message it does have is that you're supposed to look at things from all angles. And so that actually really was useful for today's reading because it came in the remember spot. So the remember, you need to look at every situation at all the angles. Many of us look at two sides, like we try to look at two sides and get two sides of it. There's always more than two sides, friends. Like there's an infinite number of sides. It's however the people around you or them or whatever the situation is about perception, and everybody perceives everything differently. Down to color. Like my red is not the same as your red. I want you to stop and think about that for a minute. My blue is not the same as your blue. My purple is not the same as your purple. I have my own unique purple. Okay? So the fact that we have a box of crayons and we have things that are similar and we use that to try to keep ourselves communicating, there's always a level of we all see it different. And we have to keep that perspective in it. All right, let's recap. So the card for you today on this beautiful Monday, I threw one on the floor, is Find. The card for you today is Find. See? Not only did I throw it on the floor, now I'm throwing my lights everywhere. My little recording station's falling apart. All right, so find. Find is you've been missing something and you didn't realize it. It's going to surface today. For your friend or a stranger, for someone else other than you, fuel. What is it that their soul needs? They have not been nourishing their soul. They might have been feeding their ego, but they are not nourishing their soul. Those are two different things. And if you would like to have a little discussion about that down the road, I'll be happy to talk about that with you. All right, and then the last card, the remember card, is the very, which is the look at it from all the different angles. Okay. Have a fabulous Monday. Remember, Mercury is still in retrograde. So when your technology isn't working right, just be patient, sit it to the side, give it a little tap. When I was a kid, my mom used to teach me to talk nice to the car so that the car would start. Your computer is no different. Talk nice to your computer, love it a little bit, but just be, that very card fell off the thing again. Just be ready that your technology's, it's just not going to be right. And it won't be right until October 2nd. So just like take a deep breath and give your technology some grace. Communication. So if it seems like things are not being communicated smoothly, just slow down. It's okay if you communicate ugly, just don't forget to communicate. Okay, it's important. And then last but not least, remember that Mercury retrograde is about slowing down and reflecting and being aware. Think about the things that you might want to change. Don't initiate any changes. It's not a great time to initiate change, but it sure is a great time to reflect and think about where we might want to change next. All right. If you are interested in a personalized reading, whether it's a 3-card reading like this, maybe you want one of the fancy road trips where I take the cards and I plot it out and you see the different ways the roads go. And every time I do a road trip, it's so enlightening, not only for the person who asked for the reading, but for myself. Like, I always learn every time. So if you would like one, please sign up. There's only 1 week left to get the reduced rates of $25 starting next week. It goes up to $50. Also note that in addition to the reading, if you are interested in any distance Reiki, which is just energy healing, if you would be interested in anything like that as well, we can do it separate or we can pair it together. Starting next week, all readings will come with a distance Reiki option that you opt in or opt out from. It's not currently shown on the listing, so if you're interested, please just let me know. Okay, have a fabulous Monday, my friends. Mondays are rough, I know, and it's Mercury retrograde, so just take deep breaths. It'll be fine. We'll all get to the end of the day, I promise. Have a great one.